On to another part of the Spyro Reignited Trilogy of Spyro 3. This time we are doing the Sparx levels. Yes, Sparx has its own levels, and we are going to be doing them right now with the first one.
I found an egg, but only Sparx will be able to reach it. There's a small hole that leads to a crawdad farm. I can take him there if he's ready.
Sure thing. So, first of all, we can't yet do the level until we do a tutorial on how this works because it's overhead. And it's very different from a lot of these other ones, because Sparx levels are unique in the fact that they are literally a fucking, like, little shooter sort of level deal. So here it is, tutorial.
Hello, Sparx. Before you take on those nasty crawdads, I should give you some help. To start, let's practice shooting. Press the attack button to shoot these targets.
Yep. You see, this would be a dual stick shooter kind of deal, but in this game, it's literally just buttons with like one stick for the most part. There is strafing though.
You can also move quickly by pressing the charge button, like Spyro. Use your charge to chase down this fast enemy.
And yeah, with the charge thing, you'll be needing that as well. There you go. Okay, now it's time for this next bit.
Now for the hard part. Being a maneuverable dragonfly, you can also strafe in any direction. To strafe, hold down the roll left or roll right button, then move with the left stick. Try strafing to hit the targets in this room.
So yeah, they're saying that strafing is hard, but I'm telling you right now, it's not. You'll be doing strafing a whole bunch with these levels, because there's a lot of moments we need strafing to actually make it through shit. Oh, it's like a lot of damage, you'll be dying a lot. So yeah, also it's this.
On your travels, you'll notice butterflies that give you health, just like in the dragon world. Not only that, but some butterflies will give you special powers, though only for a short time. Just eat any power-up butterfly, then press the jump button to use that power-up. Your power-up is shown in the top right of the screen.
Alright, when it comes to the timeful ones, there's only like one certain fucking power up for that. Everything else is just like a limited amount. So all you have to do is just know your limit, and you know, if you run out of ammo, just find out a butterfly to refill, you know? However, you'll be having so much ammo that the chances of you running out is very low.
Looks like you're ready, Sparx. If you need any more guidance, just choose the controls option from the pause menu.
So there you go. So now we begin the actual level, Crawdad Farms. So, yeah, all of these are kind of base levels we've gone through before. The thing is, not really. And also, these levels are interesting in the fact that mostly you'll be doing a whole bunch of strafing. You'll be using a whole bunch of your special little power. And there'll be other things to deal with, not just these small little guys that the game will never tell you in the tutorial. Like, for instance, there are keys around here which you will open doors with. Make sure to find all of these. There are also shields here which you can't break until you actually succeed in unlocking them in some way, which usually requires actually getting into a certain area. Not only that, but there are also numerous power-ups in the game that the game will never really explain to you what they do, what they are. You have your spread shot one, which the tutorial does give you. There are a few others which I'll go through later on. Usually they're only for that one level though, so you're not going to be able to use them much. The other one is exactly how these enemies work. Like, for instance, there are boxes here that spawn enemies. You have to destroy them. There are enemies that take 3 hits, like that one right there. This is the timeful one, by the way, a shield. Makes you invincible completely against anything. All you need to do is just go around and just run into enemies now, and they will instantly die. No need to waste ammo like I'm doing right now. Seriously, it literally does the job for you, and the crates instantly get destroyed because of the shield. However, the shield only really appears in this level, and after it's used, it never comes back in the entire game. So, use it wisely. And, yeah, that is the gist of it. Oh, yeah, there's also this weapon right here which shoots out 3 shots, which is like 10 ammo. This weapon is not very useful compared to the spread shot. You will probably only really use this for crates. But the main thing is that it also brings out 3 more shots from everything it hits. So that's the use of it. The thing is, you would only really need it for groups of enemies where, you know, it would actually affect a whole bunch. But at that point when you get it, you don't get that much. It's usually like just a box or 2 enemies or whatever. Not too big a deal. By the time you get it over past this bit, you're at the boss now. Now, the bosses can range by your skill, essentially. Either they're going to be very hard or very easy. There is only one boss in this game that actually is difficult, whereas this one right here is only, like, sort of difficult. And we got our Egg Nova. And by the way, that health bar of yours, it does actually matter. It's not just like, oh, it's like 4 hits or whatever. No, it's a lot more. And we got all the gems too, so that's 100% at this level. Here's the thing. By being the first of the Sparx levels, you actually get a special ability because of it. You get unlockable for this. The last one also gives you a special unlockable, I believe. Like, number 1 and number 3 give you special things for Spyro. So the first one is the following. After this little loading screen happens. Takes a bit. Takes a good bit. Well, come on already!
Nice work, Sparx. You've beaten the Crawdad King and found the lost egg. Not only that, but some of the dragon magic seems to have rubbed off on you. Now you can pick up gems when they're even further away from Spyro.
Well, that would have been very useful, huh? Too bad I'm going by an order, so that meant nothing to me now. Anyway, now for this one.
Hi, Spyro. Hi, Sparx. I've located another lost egg. If Sparx is up to it, he can try to rescue it from Spider Town.
Yep, Spider Town. So, Spider Town, obviously it means there's a bunch of spiders. You know, you got Crawdad Farms, which is crabs. Now you got spiders. There's a theme. And it's themes of enemies that we already dealt with in certain levels. So, yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. So here we are. Here's the thing about this one. You might have noticed that the gems around here are kinda maze-ish in a way. Might be careful of that. There's also buttons around here you need to press on to get rid of some shields. But now your keys here are used to get rid of force fields. There are color-coded ones, but if you got a normal gold key, it's usually for a general door, a general lock, and not really to, you know, unlock a certain door. Also, the boxes are now flowers, I believe, so, you know, that's a lot of fun. But yeah, this enemy here, the big guy, he shoots out a whole ring of shots. Keep your distance, take him out. Alright, we got the shield again. I was wrong. The shield does come back over here. However, I believe it doesn't come back in the 3rd or 4th level. I'm pretty sure it's just the first 2. Because, you know, you just run into enemies at this point and run into boxes too. Making this bit incredibly easy. So yeah, go this way because you want to get gems, right? You want to get the key, right? You might notice there are 2 doors too, like a very small door and like a normal door. Well, first of all, take care of the enemies around here, like that guy right there and that guy right down there, and grab the key and the gems. Don't forget the gems. It's always like 200 gems in each of these Sparx levels. Okay, which level should we go for then? Well, I'm telling you this right now, don't go for the big one. Go for the small one. If you do, you'll find not only a few enemies, but also some gems, a button, which you need to press to get rid of the force field there, and a key. So go ahead and do all of that, take care of the crate with the spawner, and yeah, then go ahead and unlock the other door. Now, I believe if you do this wrong, you can somewhat lock yourself out of getting a gem. I'm not entirely positive on that one, though. Anyway, Here's a crate. Here's a force field. You know what to do. Find the button. Look around and find your shit. Also, you now have rockets, by the way. These home in onto your enemy. So, they're very useful weapons. Because, you know, they can hurt a motherfucker really easily. And they home in. The problem is... And also they can take care of a bunch of enemies in one shot. The problem is that... Really, when it comes down to the rockets, you only get 10 shots. Like the one that kind of ricochets more shots off of enemies. So this is much more useful. And, yeah. Only really appears in this level and the 4th one, I think. I'm not really very good at my memory, I'm sorry. I'm an asshat when it comes to memory. But when it comes to this shit, I can tell you right now, the boss of this fucking one sucks. So, I told you before that it comes down to skill, and I believe I said that there is one boss that might give you some problems. This level is that boss, because the problem of the spider boss, because obviously we fought a giant crab, so obviously next up is a giant spider, and you know, the theming here will be obvious. I'm gonna get the gems here first, and then we're going to jump cut to the spider. Here's the thing. The spider will always do a thing where it will shoot out enemies, and then will try to spit at you. Now, the thing is about this. Jump cut now, got the gems. We'll try it again, because I actually did die here and failed this. If you die before beating the boss's health comes back completely. So here's the thing. The boss will not stop until take care of the enemies, until, like, they're all dead. In which it will then stop and start spawning more enemies. After a bit, it will then start spinning again. You can't damage it while it spins, and it hurts like fuck to get touched by that. Not only that, but these assholes will keep following you, and they'll also spread out in 4s. So it makes it really difficult to actually take care of shit. But it gets worse. Because when they're off screen, they get stuck. They don't fucking move, they actually get stuck in place. Which means that for some of these enemies, in order to get the motherfucker to start spinning and actually shoot him, you have to get closer to the spawned enemies for them to move over to you so you can actually shoot them. Otherwise, they don't fucking die. And, you know, you gotta do this while taking care of your health, you know. You gotta take care of your shit. Now, if you kept any of your special abilities, good for you. Not too much help here. Because you can't do that much damage to the asshole anyway. And not only that, but you have to stop with the enemies. You have to stop by killing the enemies. And it's just like... Unless you got the spread fire thing, which you don't really get that much with, you know. And you need to plan ahead of the attacks too. Like, if you want a certain power, you have to plan ahead for it. So... yeah, you're probably going to be doing the same thing I'm doing here by using normal shots against Spider. But yeah, take care of it and eventually it will die. This is the hardest of the bosses and it's for good reason, honestly, that it's the hardest. But even then, it really isn't a bad boss. And also, the Spider can actually kill its own minions, so, its own babies, so, you know, that's good too. We got Tootie, and we got an achievement. Because an achievement for beating every one of Sparx levels. So yeah, that's another one down. Let's leave. Now it's up next level, which I'm going to go ahead and jump cut for because we didn't get an ability for this one. It's right up here by this ladder by the water. Get up to the top here, and Sparx level is right here.
Princess Amy showed me a place called Starfish Reef. She said there's an egg hidden in there. I think Sparx should check it out.
Starfish Reef, huh? Gee, I wonder what the enemy could be. Spoilers, it's fucking starfish. So, this one. It's interesting to me because this is probably the easiest one to get through. It has the easiest boss in my honest opinion. And it's just kind of a circle. It doesn't have many, like, maze-ish qualities. Now, arguably, our, like, Clawfield, like that first level of Sparx, you can consider the easiest because there wasn't that much in difficulty, it wasn't that much in maze. This gives you too much. It gives you so much good shit that when it comes to actually getting screwed in this one, it doesn't really happen much. Now, there is one enemy to take care of though, the big starfish, because the big starfish, when dead, spawn out small starfish. So, you know, take care of that shit if you can. There's always about like 3 small starfish that come out of a big one. Anyway, I'm gonna try and conserve my shit. And also I got some health. And now I got this thing. This is like a really interesting weapon. Only 9 bullets, but it's basically like a mine that you kind of spit out. And I believe it instant kills any enemy that's not a boss. And also has radius damage. Now, here's where its use comes in. Big enemies and boxes. That's it. You do not use the mines for anything else except that. I'm telling you right now, and I made it this time. This fucking power, the mine one, only appears in this level that one time. There's no way to use it again because I don't bother. And I believe that the mine is the last power-up. I don't think there's any other power-ups in Sparx's levels. I believe they just reuse a few of them, and that's about it, really. Yeah, Sparx is kind of disappointing. This would be a lot more fun if it was dual stick, like you could aim with the right stick and move the left, but it doesn't work like that. It does not work like that at all. And yeah, in this one, you might notice that I could have gone right, but don't worry, because inside of here was a dead end, and also some stuff. Now we can leave, and now I can go this way. Just kidding. Well, yeah, I wasn't kidding, because we have to wait for the fairy to save us. Because yes, we are now entering the area with the boss. Wasn't that big, was it? So, what should I say about the boss of this one? Well, it does have a move that can be considered annoying. Not by much. When you see how much of a joke it is, you kind of realize and know why I can't really say anything nice about this one. So here's some more enemies, you know, some of the spitty fuckers. You know, just take care of them. Not that bad to take care of anyway. Just take care of the nest, and you know, there you go. More starfish spitting towards me. Okay. Now I believe we're entering the boss fight, which is up here. So, the boss fight. This could have been difficult. Actually could have been. Had I not saved this power-up. If you did, get up close and just hold the fucking square button. It's a manta ray. But you'll kill it instantly by holding down your special ability and just doing that. Easiest boss in the entire game, honestly. And don't forget your gems, they're down here. Very easy to miss these, because, you know, you usually don't go, you usually don't get a doorway after the boss where some gems are. You usually the final gems usually in the boss room. So you would get those, get the 200 there, and then beat the boss. But that one time, it's after beating the boss, get those gems. And by the way, we now get our final ability that we can unlock. Spyro's final ability. And this one also could have been useful, but maybe it might be. In a way. But not really. But maybe.
When I saw that giant stingray, I thought you were a goner, Sparx. But you sure showed him. And now the magic from the egg has made you even stronger, allowing you to take one more hit for Spyro.
Yeah, I was wrong with the stingray. But also, we now have 4 health points to Sparx, so it will take 5 hits to kill us.
Just before you kicked the sorceress's big, fat, ugly butt, she built a factory to make robotic bugs. They're meant to fight Sparx, but I don't think they're any match for him.
Okay. Well, it's now time for this final Sparx level, where we got robots, and, yeah, this is gonna be the last bit, and then the part's over, because I could give you this last bit after this, because I did just do this on an all-in-one recording, so the ending video is going to end a bit differently from how you guys usually used to how this Let's Play works. But, yeah, the one enemy here that's unique is that there is a motherfucker being, chased about, you know, running about. He has a key, usually. You need to trick him, essentially. Now, the best way of tricking him is to shoot him. By shooting him, it knocks out the key. If you keep shooting at him, he can't get to the key. So if you do that, it makes life easier. And that's it. It's literally just a bunch of robotic bugs. So yeah. As a reminder, you can't do any Sparx level until you actually complete the homeworld, like you beat the boss for that homeworld. In which case, then you go back, and Zoe's there to give you a Sparx level. Here's the problem with that, and it's this fucking level. Because you can't do this level, this Sparx level, until you beat the fucking, like, final boss, right? So, if it weren't for that special area, there wasn't much use to this, was there? But it kind of puts you in a lock until you beat the fucking game, essentially. And, well, that's what I did. Also, there's a bunch of doors here that lead nowhere, but give you gems and enemies. Open them, grab your loot, and grab the key that's inside there. Because it's going to be in the hands of those little fuckers right by the door. So yeah, that's the gist of it, honestly. There's nothing special about this one, except it's really kind of annoying to deal with level design. I honestly believe this is the hardest level design of the entirety of these 4 Sparx levels. Because it's got a lot of, like, empty, small rooms, and the problem with that is that it just kind of feels half-assed, in a way. Every other, like, level sort of has, like, a forward motion to it. Like, you go forward on it, and you're still able to actually, like, get shit from it. You're still able to understand, like, what you're doing, where you're going. This one's a bit of a fucking mess. I don't have anything nice to say about this one. It's just kind of a joke, honestly, how bad it is. Because the method quality of this is pretty nuts. And it is kind of... kind of interesting. Kind of easy to essentially, like, miss a doorway to go to. So yeah, first I'm going up this way. Oh wait, it's unlocked. How did it unlock? You'll never know. But now you can get rid of all the bullshit, including the enemies that are sort of stacked together and standing there, and grab your last gems, because that key leads to the boss. And the boss of this one is in the middle. I believe it's kind of in the middle harder. It's a centipede. As you shoot, though, it'll eventually split off into 2 centipedes. And, yeah, you just kill both, take care of it, and get shit done. And that's it. This would be good for a special ability to use on, you know, the spray out sort of gun is useful. But ultimately, you can easily get this done as long as you stay in the middle and just keep shooting around them. And, that's it. That is the Sparx levels. Here's your final egg. Anabelle, which actually is not the actual final egg. But we're getting there now. We do have the gems, though. We do have the eggs, though. And we've completed every single level 100% except one. Got the platinum already, but we're not done yet. We still have to get our actual ending, our true ending for Spyro 3. And that's going to be next time in the final part of Spyro 3 Reignited. So, next time, we'll be going to the post-game content, the post-game level, with the bonus level, the super bonus. We have the gems we need, we have the eggs we need. Now it's time to get this shit done. Thanks for watching, I'll see you next time for the final part of Spyro Reignited Trilogy. See you then.